Okay, boys and girls, do you remember last week when we read The Recess Queen? And the author used all different fun words like bouncity and kickity and swingity, and it made you guys laugh and it made the book more fun. And then do you remember today when we read that book by Kevin Hankes where he used a bunch of action pictures of people jumping around and doing a bunch of fun things? Well, those things that the authors did added a voice to their writing. So it was their way of expressing how they felt in their writing. So we knew that in The Recess Queen, the author let us know that Mean Jean was mean and just nobody really liked her because she was not nice to anybody. And we knew that because of the vocabulary that the author used to describe Mean Jean. And so we're going to look at those things in those books to see what we can add to our writings to give our own writings voice. So first, if we look at The Recess Queen again, let's go to a page where they use some fun vocabulary to get their point across. When she says, smushum or lollapalooshum, lollapalooza is not a word. So let's make a list so we can remember when we're writing the things to do. So we've already said our vocabulary. We can make up fun words, but they have to make sense when we do them. So we're going to write so we can remember our vocabulary. And then let's see what they're trying to say. So let's add dialogue to our list. If you're writing a story about yourself, you can say, and I said something, and get your point straight across. And then the next piece of advice we can use from these authors to use in our writings is the pictures. These pictures, they're action pictures. It's not just, well, it looks like they're just standing still, but you can tell in this one that Lily's marching around. She's not just standing there. And then you can tell in this one the baby's crawling. And then in these pictures, Mr. Hankes even has his characters talking, if you can see that. Yes, let's see, the dad is saying, "We love you, Julius." And their mom is saying, "You're beautiful, Julius." And then down here says, "I hate you, you're ugly," which is Lily. So we know from the pictures how the characters are feeling. So let's add to our list pictures, because we like to add pictures to our writings. So that's a really good idea that we can use. And then one of the last things we're going to learn how to do is we're going to look at this title. It is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. So this title is kind of long. It's a lot longer than most titles that we read. But what it's doing is it's giving us a bunch of descriptions, so we know exactly how, before we even read the book, how Alexander's day is going to be. It doesn't look like it's going to be a very good day. So by using a lot of description words like terrible, horrible, no good, and very bad, we know exactly what the author's point is trying to say. So let's remember to add a lot of descriptions to our writings. So now that we have our list, we can go back to our desk during our independent writing time, and we can keep looking up at this list, and I want you to write a new short story. You can pick any topic you want, something that really interests you, so you'll really get into your writings and you can express exactly how you feel because you'll know a lot about your topic if you really like it. And while you're writing, think of these things, even look up at this list, and add these things in your writings to give your writing more of a voice. On this page, what's something that sticks out that the author did different?
They made some words bigger and different directions.
Yeah, exactly. So they changed the text. So some are bigger, and these letters look a little bolder. They stand out, and they're shouting off the page. So we can write, let's call that our text format. And even though we're not typing ours, you can still write some words bigger, or you can write them smaller. You can do really anything you want with your writing. So then, let's look at one more thing that really gets the author's point across. Let's see. Oh, when they say Bill, there's an exclamation point. If there wasn't an exclamation point and I was reading this, I would just be like, the kid you might scare with a jump into Bill, because there's no exclamation point. But there's an exclamation point, so that's telling me I really need to say Bill and just really scream it. So we can add punctuation to our list. Punctuation will give our sentences more expression to let the readers know how to read it. And then next, another thing we can look at is the actual characters themselves. And Kevin Hankey's in the book Julius, the Baby of the World, which we read today, when he has a lot of dialogues in his book, so we know exactly how each character feels. So we know how Lily feels about getting her new baby brother, which she's not very excited. And then we know how her parents feel because they're talking back to her. So by having characters talk, we really get a feeling for